Okay, let's move on to our next one. We got Allen Robinson, wide receiver for the Chicago Bears. You love this guy this week. Start him. The Chicago Bears are taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. It's in Chicago. Is it called Soldier Field still? I can't remember. I don't know. But, yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so I love Allen Robinson. I mean, honestly, if you can, before the season starts, or before the week 2 starts, before week 2 starts, if you can go out and trade for Allen Robinson, I would, 1,000%. Tough matchup last week. I mean, they're on the road, Sunday Night Football. They're playing in LA against the Rams. You got Jalen Ramsey out there. The Rams defense is one of the better defenses in the league too, as well. So, limits A-Rob to, I think it was like 5 catches, 50 yards, or something like that. Like in that ballpark. Nothing crazy, nothing spectacular. Might have been worse than that actually. But Allen Robinson did see 11 targets, which was enough for a 27% target share. I mean, when you're getting past 25% target share, that's just, that's money right there. Those are those guys who are getting high volumes. Those are guys who are always in like the top, 10, 12 in terms of, targets throughout the year. It means every 4 passes is going his way. But they're going to be at home this game. I do like them a lot. Playing against the Bengals. And you just saw what Thielen did to this Bengals team right there. So, I just feel like if Kirk Cousins and Thielen could just destroy this Bengals defense, obviously Justin Jefferson had himself a game as well, too. Maybe not the 2 touchdowns like Thielen did, but you get a guy like Allen Robinson and his talent. I'm excited to see what he can do in this game at home against the Bengals. So, I'm definitely dialing up Allen Robinson with confidence. Buy low now. Definitely. Because after this game, he could have a monster game, 8 catches, 98 yards, a touchdown, and then, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, that's the Allen Robinson that I drafted in the 3rd round or whatever it was.
Be upset,
you know what I'm saying?
so, traded him.
Yeah. So I'd be buying low right now. We were actually having a conversation off air. I was telling you, I was like, who should I offer for Allen Robinson? Because I'm trying to get him in the league right now.
And I told you football players.
Yeah, you told me football players, but it's kind of crazy because I was like,
I was going to offer him football players.
I was thinking like Russell Westbrook, LeBron, and you're like, dude, wrong sport. Wrong sport.
NFL.
But yeah, I have it right here. Thielen raped the Bengals.
Okay.
So Allen Robinson should too.
Enough with the rape.
Dude, that's what you told me to push more, dude. You're a terrible production assistant, dude, because this is what you're telling me to do, dude.
Oh, I thought we were doing a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bit is over. All right, let's go on to my guy. You said Adam Thielen raped them last week. So I will say Brandin Cooks plays against the Cleveland Browns. And guess who raped the Cleveland Browns defense last week? It was Tyreek Hill, almost 200 yards, 197 yards on 11 receptions. I think it was 2 touchdowns. I can't remember, or 1 touchdown, or in a touchdown. So Brandon, this just happened last week. Obviously, Brandin Cooks is not Tyreek Hill. They're a different type of receiver. One's more of like a burner, whatever. But I do think Brandin Cooks, this is mean with Brandin Cooks is like there's nobody else there. We kind of talked about it with Jamison Crowder last year, and we predicted like, dude, there's no one in New York. Jamison Crowder is going to be the only guy there. And guess what? In PPR leagues, Jamison Crowder was a top-tier wide receiver. And so that's how I feel about Brandin Cooks this year. He's got nobody else there truly. I mean, you got like Nico Collins. There's a couple other guys that I think Danny Amendola plays for the Texans now.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. I think he scored a touchdown last week.
Weird.
Strange. But yeah, dude, Brandin Cooks, man, I fucking love it against the Cleveland Browns. And I also think that, the game script is perfect in this situation. I think that the Cleveland Browns will be probably ahead. And so they're kind of going to do the same thing that the Chiefs did last week where they try and come back. I don't think a comeback is going to happen for the Houston Texans like the Chiefs did. So don't go betting them in game with a money line like how I did for the Chiefs. Which is probably my favorite move I did, and also the only ticket I won this past week. But yeah, so Brandin Cooks, fucking start him. Love it in the flex spot.
Yeah, for me, hashtag interesting stat. I believe it was. I seen like a tweet. It was like the most 20-plus yard receptions so far this season. Obviously, it's been one game. So the most 20-plus yard receptions for week one. Obviously, you got guys like Tyreek Hill in there who, put up some crazy numbers. But Brandin Cooks was in there. So that just, kind of, boosts some confidence in me as a Brandin Cooks owner that, Tyrod Taylor's not afraid to stretch the field, and push the ball down the field to get him that pass, the deep passes. And like you said, he's the only guy there. So I don't know what it was. Last year, people were sleeping on Brandin Cooks outside the top 30. We had him ranked inside our top 20. I think we had him like top 15. Where did he finish? He finished right there, like 15, 16 overall. Again, this year, I get it. Deshaun Watson's gone. He's dealing with that whole thing. But, people, again, have him like ranked third, wide receiver 35, and I just don't see it like you're saying, Mike. He's the only guy there. This is a guy who's just every single year he's been healthy has produced 1,000 or more receiving yards, which is good enough to be like top 20 at least. Why are people sleeping on him? He is the only guy there. And even then, there's been some rumors that they might trade him because the Texans are just like, they're going to do like a fire sale, just get as many draft picks as they can. They're rebuilding. So, yeah. I mean, if he goes somewhere, where he has a legit quarterback, that even boosts his value. So, yeah, I love Brandin Cooks each and every week. I think it was a positive sign to see him come out in week one, especially in a blowout where they were, they didn't need to throw against the Jaguars because they were blowing them out. For him to still come out and put up, 5 catches, 132 yards. So just a positive sign because, in game scripts where they're behind, he's going to be the guy they lean on.
Yeah. I love Brandin Cooks.
Yeah.
He good.
I like Titles.
I like how he didn't change his number to like something. Did he change his number?
He changed his number stupid, like some number 13 or something like that.
Did he?
No.
I was going to say. Well, everybody changes their number. Everybody's like, I'm number 1. Okay. We got your guy here. We got Devonta Smith. We got some. We don't have enough NFL highlights for your boy, but the Heisman Trophy winner. You're telling people to start him in fantasy football week 2.
Yeah, I love this Devonta Smith. I said it. When we were doing the rookie rankings or the rookie breakdowns, I said this guy has the easiest path to be wide receiver 1.
Yeah.
For the rookies or for his team. I said this guy's got the easiest path to be the wide receiver 1 on his team out of the rookies. Now I know this week it was like a crazy stat. I can't remember what it was exactly, but it's a crazy stat basically saying that to have 3 rookie wide receivers being drafted in the I don't want to say the first round. Maybe that's a little outlandish, or the top 10 or whatever. Maybe that's outlandish, but basically saying, you get these 3 receivers that are being drafted in the first round: Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, and Jamar Chase, and they all came out and they all had good games. They all had like 4 or 5 catches. They all had like 60 to 100 yards, and they all scored a touchdown in their debut, which is awesome. I think that's great. As a Dolphins fan, I love Waddle. I think Jamar Chase is going to be great over there with the Bengals, but I still do believe that Devonta Smith is going to be the guy who is going to be the best wide receiver in this draft class, which is crazy to say just because he's like the only guy there. Like, I'm not worried about Rager. I'm not worried about Goddard or Ertz or I don't even know who else is there. I'm not worried about these guys. Like, obviously the Dolphins right now for this year, they have Will Fuller. They got Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki. Even the Bengals, you got T. Higgins, you got Tyler Boyd, you got Mixon out of the backfield. So I do love Devonta Smith. We saw it, right away. It was like the first quarter. He's already scoring a touchdown. He has that connection and that rapport with Jalen Hurts from the time that they spent in Alabama together. They go out and they get this guy in the first round. So I love Devonta Smith. He led the team in targets, 6 catches, 71 yards, and a touchdown. And I know he's not the biggest guy. I think is what he's listed at, like 6 foot, 160, 170 maybe.
Yeah.
But the guy's route running is just ridiculous. He gets open, and if you're gonna get open, the quarterback's gonna find you, especially when you have that rapport like him and Jalen Hurts have, like I said. So yeah, I love Devonta Smith in this matchup right here this week.
Put him on your board, baby.
Yeah. And I'm not worried about anyone from the Niners like defense. I'm not worried about these corners. I'm not worried about, I'm not worried about the Niners secondary, basically, is what I'm saying. So,
whoa.
I mean, we saw Jared Goff carve him up. I know a lot of passes went to the running backs and tight end, but I'm not, and maybe they're in prevent mode. The Niners were against the Lions, but I'm not worried about the Niners pass defense in terms of like shutting out Devonta Smith this week.
I like it. Solid stuff. Let's go on to my receiver, Julio Jones. I like it. Julio Jones plays against the Seattle Seahawks, one of the worst pass defenses last year. They did switch it up and change it up this past, in the offseason a little bit. But I think Julio Jones, I think he had a tough week 1. I think you might be scared to line him up on in your lineup. But I'm still sticking with my original thought about A.J. Brown and Julio Jones. I think Julio Jones is the 1B. I think that if he gets enough targets, he will be very viable in fantasy football. So, yes, sign me up for Julio Jones against the Seattle Seahawks. Do I need to say more? Do you want to say more? I mean, it's Julio. It's Julio Jones, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was reading some stuff or listening to some stuff. They were saying that he just lost it. Like he's lost a step. Like
one game. Dude.
Certain people hit like a wall and they lose it, and they're like, yeah, that's why the Falcons traded him away because they knew he lost it. Yada yada yada. Well, the Falcons are just idiots because I think it was just a bad game. Well, I think the reason why he didn't have a good game is because.
Cardinals
Bro,
defense
fucking
is really
Chandler
good.
Jones had 5 sacks himself.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think Tannehill was having flashbacks of his days in Miami where,
just getting bum rushed.
I mean, yeah, bro, when you can't even take a 3-step drop back and go through your progressions because you're already getting blasted from your blind side, like you don't see him coming. You're literally just like, hike, 1, 2, 3. You're trying to like throw the ball and then you just get hit from behind.
Yeah, when your release time is 2.5
When your helmet's like this, bro, like you don't see shit,
guy.
dude. This is what you're seeing with the helmet on. You know what I'm saying? And you just get blasted from behind because Chandler Jones is just a fucking maniac. Yeah, it's not going to help the passing attack and when you turn the ball over twice like they did. So, better days ahead for Tannehill and this offense and Julio Jones. I'd be buying low on Tannehill right now at the quarterback position if I could. Just because I do think there are better days for Julio Jones, that are going to boost Tannehill's value. But
totally.
yeah, I love Julio Jones. I agree with this one 100%.
Yeah.
Maybe if you can buy low on it,
Look at those. Look at that smoldering. Look at him. He's going ham.
Would you trade? All right, just random hypothetical shit right now. But let's say you went out and you got Elijah Mitchell, right? Like I said, you probably have a couple of good running backs. Maybe you're struggling for running back. That's why you got him. But let's say you already got like 3 good running backs. Would you be willing to trade Elijah Mitchell to get Julio Jones and kind of like, if you're a weak at wide receiver?
Yes. Because that's a waiver wire pickup and grab Julio Jones if you can manage that. Yeah. For sure.
I agree with that right there. I mean, if you already got a couple good running backs, then I would go out and try to get a guy who's got the upside of Julio Jones because we still don't know what Trey Sermon's going to do.
Well, that's a good thing about picking up people on the waiver wire is that you can move them on. You know what I mean? Just because you have someone on the waiver, you grab someone on the waiver wire like Elijah Mitchell doesn't mean you have to start him. But like right now, technically right now Elijah Mitchell has faux value. He does not have actual real value. It's not a Eckler. It's not a McCaffrey. This person is still unproven. So if you can sell someone who's unproven for someone that has got it done like Julio Jones, fucking do it. 100%. Subscribe. What'd you say? You said you liked that video and it was really informative and now you want to subscribe so you can win your fantasy football league? Okay. Go ahead. You wish that we would live stream and answer fantasy football questions every Sunday before the games? Okay, they sure do. AVG Fantasy Football has your back. Did you get what I did there? It was a little Dora the Explorer, a little back and forth. Like we weren't actually talking, but you thought maybe you did. Yeah, you thought. Yeah, I convinced you. It's called acting. What else did you say? You said that you want to be able to call in while we do live streams? Hey, should I start McCaffrey? Well, yeah, here it is. This is an example of what's going to happen. Hello? Yes, I'm curious. Should I start Dalvin Cook? Then this is us. Yeah, obviously you should play Dalvin Cook because Dalvin Cook's like really good. So I'd say, it is matchup proof. So put him in your lineup. It's that damn easy. And then bam, you won your fantasy football league that week. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more videos just like this. if you want to see us answer questions live every Sunday before the games start, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you know right when we drop content for you to win your fantasy football league.